Yo, let's do a little bit of checking of the mic. I haven't actually had time to. How's everyone doing? How is everybody doing? Mic is not good. All right. What's wrong with it? Echoey and sounds distant. It's because this whole thing is faced the wrong way. How about that? Lots of bumps because I'm touching it. Yeah, it was facing the wrong way. Make sure I have the filters properly. That sounds better. I'm gonna try to be away from it. I have a loud voice anyway, so I can turn this down a bit as well. And the mic just fell off, so we're gonna hold on to this thing. How about that? Current setup does not accommodate. Zach is here. Oh yeah, I told him about tonight. So we got some crazy matchups. The good old Angels. I mean, Battle Angels versus Serpents. To kick things off, see if I remember how to do this correctly. You know what I mean? Cause it's been a while since I've actually done a regular season game. Well, Stitch Overly strikes out Nvidia to start this game, and the Angels have lost it. We can move on to game number 2.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 23. That's low. Outside.
Angels somehow managed to be worse than the wrong fielders. Yeah, I'm very interested in game number 2 with the rematch of after absolutely getting destroyed 11-0. Very curious as to how game number 2 today ends up being. 1-2, the count here to Elmenreich, and that one's gonna be fouled away into the seats. Overdrafts in search of revenge. Yes. Wait, overdrafts in search of revenge? No, it's the wrong fielders in search of revenge. Wait, yeah, never mind. Wrong fielders won. Wow, wrong fielders winning. That's what's weird. I was hoping for the 0-14, honestly. But we have some big time matchups in terms of playoffs. And this one's gonna be hit to left field. This one's gonna be off the wall and off of Carmel Apple's arm. And 2 runs will score for the Angels, and the Angels with a 2-out rally here in the first.
Number 30. That's up. Steve. Follow. No bye.
This one's going to be grounded to second, and that's going to be out number 3.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 7. Nope.
If the Serps lose and Singers win tomorrow, Singers are in the playoffs for the first time in franchise history.
Now batting, the catcher, number 24. Steve.
That's something to note.
Ball outside. Steve right. No.
Popped up to the catcher.
You're out. Now batting.
That's going to be out number 2, and here is reigning Rookie of the Year Pete Zah.
Off the plate. Nope. High. Steve right. Nope.
That's a 1-2-3. Bottom of the first. We head to the second. Watson, Mike Drop, and Woody. I want to say after the trade deadline, this is now the oldest team in the SSBL.
Ball high.
If I'm not mistaken.
You're out. Now batting, the center fielder, number 5. Steve right. Ball low. Steve. Ball inside. That's up.
Full count here to Mike Drop. The pitch will be fouled away.
Foul.
Give it another shot. Grounder to second, backhanded by Morrison for out number 2.
Batting, the catcher.
Here is Alicia Woody.
Ball low. Steve. Steve. You're out.
1, 2, 3. Go the Angels here in the second. We head to the bottom of the second. Briggs, Harts, and Walker due up.
Now batting,
I have Knights, Walkers, Angels as the 3 oldest majors teams.
12. Steve.
Ah, so Knights are older than the Walkers. Walkers. Ah, so Knights are the oldest team. Interesting. I mean, they are all majority S2,
Shortstop,
so it does make sense.
number 69.
Yeah, that's still pretty old. This one's gonna be lined to center field, back at the wall, caught. Oh, never mind, that hits off the wall. That looked like that was caught.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 7.
Runner at second and third now, nobody out for Alfred Walker.
It's outside.
1-1 the count. Nobody out here in the second. And that's a 3-1 count now to Walker. And he's walked, so Walker draws the walk.
Now batting,
And it's Leon Morrison.
number 17. That's outside.
1-2.
Head up.
2-2 now, the count, and grounder to second. Oh! Oh. Oh. Oh my goodness. That was horrible. So instead of 2 outs, a runner at third, we have bases loaded still. This one is hit high and deep to left. Off the tippity top of the wall. Bases will clear, and it's a 4-2 ball game in favor of the Serpents. That escalated really quick. Here is Carmel Apple. Hard hit ball stopped by Noonmuller, however you pronounce her name.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 7.
Brings up Yeti Olsen. Watson. Get the out at first. Another run will come in to score. Bases are now clear. 2 outs for Big McLarchuge. And he lines this one to right. That's going to be caught by Prentice. So the error on the double play ends up bringing in 5 total that half inning. We head to the top of the third, 5-2 in favor of the Serpents. So big yikes here for the Angels as they trail by 3. And a leadoff walk.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 9.
Right back to Overly to second for 1 and a double play by the Serpents.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 23.
This ball is absolutely crushed and gone into the upper deck. The legend that is Tina Tygo. Wait, that wasn't Tygo? Yeah, it was.
Now batting, the shortstop,
Tina Tygo ripped that one.
41.
Yeah, surprised I was only 417. It seemed like probably at least upper 450. You know?
Now batting, the first baseman, number 2.
1-1 here. 2 outs, runner at first. Yeah, the Angels are also minus 71 run differential. Yeah, I was just looking at the overall scores in terms of runs produced. Wrong fielders through how many games is this? And that one's fair down the right field line. Oh my, that's gonna score the runner. Through 11 games, they only have 49 runs. Is the wrong fielders.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 30.
And through 12 games, Angels have 52. What did I do with Whitney? Pretty sure he has some work obligations. Everyone else was busy as well, so I put my setup together really quick. Had to find an alternative cord for my mic. I'm now holding my mic because the lip of this desk is not wide enough to hold the mic stand. So now I'm just holding the stand. And yeah. Go back to baseball. It's a 5-4 ball game, so Angels cut it within 1. And we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the third.
The shortstop, number
Looking at the standings, Serpents sit at 3 and 6. So a win here keeps their hopes alive as they are just, looks like a game and a half back of the Cyclones.
third baseman, number 77.
Yeah, the pin absolutely killed them. That's for sure. Yeah, I'm not really sure what to think of the wrong fielders going forward. I know they have a lot of pitching in the minors, but we'll see how that actually what that does for them next season. It's a very interesting situation. And here is SPRP of Sammy Green. So we'll get a good amount of Sammy Green here from the 4th inning on, as Overly only goes 3 innings. This one's hard hit down the right field line, but foul. And strike. Swing and miss.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 5.
And there is Dean himself. When mic drop up, 1 out here in the 4th. Yeah, it's good to be back. I think I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, haven't actually done a regular season stream in quite some time. This one's hit well to left. This one'll be off the wall. Carmel Apple handles it much better than the previous ball hit to left off the wall. And we're back to the top of the lineup, Nvidia. No speed though at first. 2 outs here in the 4th. Nvidia walked her last time up, I think. Can't remember if that was first or last time. The last game that I did was the conference finals last season. But in terms of the actual regular season, it's been since season 4, I believe. Season 4, I think.
Now back, the designated hitter, number 13.
Yeah, because I commentated the choke of the Vikings against the Knights in the playoffs last season, and the Bombers, I think one Bombers game.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 9.
Quick work in the bottom of the 4th. We're in the top of the 5th now. Wendy Peppercorn hits this one into right center field. This one's going to get down for extra bases. Peppercorn rounds first, heads for second. Will she head for third? And she will. And that will be a leadoff triple for Wendy Peppercorn. Back to neutral is the mojo. And here we are with Tina Tygo, who homered her last time up. Angels down 1. 2-1 the count to Tina Tygo, and this one's going to be softly hit to second. And here is Monica Almenreich. She was the one who had the misplay, the error on the double play that ended up leading to the 5 runs by the Serpents. Hard hit ball to Pete Zaw. He steps on the bag. Runner will stay at first. What a play by Zaw. Here is Sophie Noonmuller. 2 doubles. And she's got 3 RBIs to her name. Sammy Green has a test ahead of him. And it's a 2-1 count. 3-1. Can't find the zone. Hitters count 3-1 the pitch. Noonmuller is walked. That's actually not a bad thing for the Serpents, as they have Emily Prentice up, who's 0 for 2 today. But keep an eye on Noon Miller at first. Will she head for second? Up the middle, diving is Hartz, unable to make the play.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 12.
5-5 the score. Runners at first and second for Lindsey Watson. And she'll pop this one up the left. Sass is in fact here. It is good to see Zach Sass in an SSBL stream. Looks like we got 10 beautiful people watching this stream.
Number 7.
Follow. Now inside. Direct. Take your base.
And Olsen will draw the walk to start the bottom half of this inning. It's a 5-5 game here in the 5th.
See. Ball high. Steve.
Oh my, that one sent into center. Okay, this game.
Direct. You're out.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 5.
Up inside. Steve.
1-2, the count here to Pizza. Oh, strikeout looking is Za.
Now batting,
And here is Jerry Briggs.
fielder, number
2 outs, runner at third. Jen Fury on the mound. 74 pitches and counting for Fury. Can she get through a full 5? 3-1. The count to Briggs. And dribbled back. Oh! Fury can't get it, and oh!
now batting, the shortstop.
Oh no, Fury can't get to the ball. And the weakest throw in SSBL history allows the run to score. Oh my goodness.
That's high.
Okay, will she catch the ball? Elman Wright caught the ball. She heads to Briggs, and Noonmiller will tag Briggs for the out. But another error, the second error. Second error by her.
Center fielder, number
Unbelievable. Win mic drop.
Steve.
Will lead off the top of the 6th. Morrison is there for out number 1.
now batting, the catcher, number 3.
Direct.
And nice effort by McLarge Huge. It's 1-2 count to Woody, and she'll get jammed there.
You're out.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 1.
Here's Anvidia. Fouls it away.
Steve.
0-2 the count quickly to Anvidia, the pitch. Strike 3 called. And we head to the bottom of the 6th. 6-5 the score.
Now batting, the shortstop. Now pitching, number 20.
And here is Pacifica Northwest.
Off the plate. Ball inside. Steve. Outside. Steve. Foul.
And a strikeout by Northwest.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 77.
Alfred Walker. Back-to-back Ks by Northwest.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 17.
2-1 the count to Morrison, and fouled away 2-2. Northwest with the 2-2 pitch. Strike three call. She strikes out the side. And we head to the seventh. Northwest 3 Ks.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 9.
Peppercorn up 1 for 3. She's gonna crush this one to right. Back at the wall, and we got ourselves a tie game. Angels trying to play spoiler. Eliminated from playoff contention already at 2-10. And it's now a tie game. As Peppercorn hits a solo shot. Here is Tina Tygo,
23.
who hit a solo shot earlier. And she'll foul this one away into the seats. And it's an 0-2 count to Tygo. The pitch from Green outside. Check swing by Tygo. 2-2, and this one's hit into the seats and left. And it's a full count. Payoff pitch to Tygo. Jammed. Hit to left center field. Carmel Apple will call him off and make the catch
Now batting, the shortstop, number 40.
for out number 1. Monica Almenreich. 2 errors by Almenreich. This game could be completely different without those errors, and she'll pop it up behind home plate.
Now batting,
And here is Noonmuller, 2 for 2.
Nope.
3-0 count to Noonmuller,
Take your base.
and she'll draw another walk.
now batting,
Here's Emily Prentice.
now pitching,
And Green is done. Doug Day will come in.
Stay. Head up.
And this one's going to be hit to right field. Jerry Briggs is there, and that one's down. 4-base hit. Runners at the corners. 2 outs for Lindsey Watson. Pressure.
now batting, number 10.
We'll have Scarlett Buchanan pinch hit. Lefty versus lefty. Buchanan has some contact. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. 2-0 count. Pressure is mounting.
Right.
Popped up into the seats. 2-2 the count. The payoff, no, not payoff pitch, but might as well be 2-2. Check the runner at first. Crowd is getting wild. Buchanan hits this one to second. Morrison makes the stop, and that'll be out number 3. So the Angels get one to tie it up at 6.
Now batting,
And here is Zimbabwe.
hitter, number 30.
Buchanan now at second.
Stay right. Ball low. Outside.
That one's up the middle.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 15.
And they will get Zimbabwe in a rundown for out number 1. Full count here to Apple. The pitch. Strike three called. Another strikeout for Northwest. Brings up Yeti Olson.
Number 7.
Ball high. Steve.
Popped up behind home plate. Alicia Woody is there. That'll be out number 3. We head to the 8th, tied at 6. Mic drop, Woody, Vidya, due up.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 5.
Steve.
Strikeout
Now batting,
brings up Woody. 1 for 3.
3.
Alicia Woody, speed is struggling with this tense. This one hit deep to center field, but not deep enough. Zimbabwe is there, or not Yeti Olson. Why did I think Zimbabwe was out there?
Designated hitter, number 1.
Anyways,
That's high. Ball low. Outside.
3-0 count to Vidya, and she will rip this one into right center field. That's going to get down for extra bases. Vidya heads for second. Olson will get it in, and that's a 2-out double for Vidya. That'll bring up Peppercorn, who has a home run and a triple.
Number 9.
2 for 4 is Peppercorn.
That's outside.
And that one stopped by Morrison. Morrison making the play to prevent the run. We head to the bottom of the 8th, tied at 6. Why are the Serpents bad this season?
Number 24.
Well, that is an interesting question. 1-run loss, 7-run loss, 1-run loss, 4-run loss, 4-run loss, 10-run loss. So I mean, technically, 2 of their games are 1-run losses.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 5.
So swap those, and now you're at 5 and 4. So you're in the opposite direction there. And also small sample size. Yeah, correct.
Nope, take your base.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 12.
Can the Angels turn the double play? They can. Runner.
Now batting,
The go ahead run now at third. Carrie Hart's 2 for 3. Faces Northwest. Grounder to second. Buchanan with the left-handed awkward throw. We head to the 9th, tied at 6.
now batting, the third baseman, number 23.
Ball outside. Ball inside.
3-0 to Tina Tygo.
Take your base.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 41.
Elmenreich, can she redeem herself? 2 errors. In today's game, she's 1 for 3. And this ball is hit to left center field. Back it goes. She redeems herself, and the Angels take a 2-run advantage. Two-run shot.
Now
She now has as many RBIs as she does errors. Angels playing spoiler for the Serpents. Popped up behind home plate. Big McLarge is there. The king is back. Huh? Calling me the king? Sheesh.
The right fielder. Now pitching.
You're too kind. Tough Beifong. If I'm pronouncing that one correctly. 00. It's like one of the few 00s in this league.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 10.
Off the plate.
Submarine pitcher here. Mason Buchanan, 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Serpents trail by 2.
Inside. Steve.
Yeah, basically the Angels, this game should not be even as close as it is now. If I'm being honest.
Now batting, the third. Now pitching, number 11.
Nope, high.
Well, leadoff single
Now batting,
for the Serpents, and we're now in one swing territory. Leon Morrison, Kristen Vell. Oh no, that's gonna score a runner. An RBI double. It's 8-7, nobody out, and it's Zimbabwe.
hitter, number 13.
Kristen Vell, 5 pitches, already tense. Sky to right, runner will tag. The throw from Prentice is on line and not in time. So tying run now at third. Carmel Apple
Number 15.
facing Kristen Vell. Shallow left. No arm. Well, decent arm. Runner will stay.
Now batting,
Yeti Olsen 0 for 3.
fielder,
Can he keep this game alive, or will the Angels play upset and spoil the Serpents here at home? 3-0 count to Olsen. That one's in there. 3-1. The pitch in the dirt. Runners at the corners
now batting,
for Big McLarge.
number 24.
And they check Olsen at first. They're going to continue to check Olsen. Olsen, do not do this to the Serpents. Oh no! Kristen Vell! Kristen Vell! Oh my gosh!
Outside.
No way! Oh my gosh! 2-1 count to Big McLarge. Winning run in scoring position. Full count payoff pitch to McLarge. Grounder to third. Tygo is there. We're headed to extras. Oh my gosh.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 5.
I'm speechless. I am absolutely speechless.
Number 3.
Off the plate. Steve. Steve. Foul.
designated hitter, number 1.
And Nvidia with 2 outs here in the 10th fouls it away.
No, inside. Stay right.
1, 2, 2, 2. Here to Nvidia. And strike 3 called. We head to the bottom of the 10th. Briggs and Hart's 2 up.
Now batting,
What has this game turned into?
5.
Ball high.
Hard hit ball. Elmenreich. Can she make the throw? She can.
Now batting,
Wow.
right fielder,
Jerry Briggs now.
12.
Nearly gets hit on that one. Hard hit ball to Noonmuller. 2 outs, 2 quick outs, and here's Carrie Hartz. Can she
Number 69.
in this game with 1 swing? 2-0 is the count to Hartz. Three 1,
Take your bait.
and she's walked. So the winning run now is on base
Now batting,
for Alfred Walker. Pressure is on, and Rainey Getty is in.
Ball inside. It's outside.
And that one's up the middle. Runner will head for third and safely there. 90 feet away from winning
now batting,
this ball game.
second baseman, number 17.
Leon Morrison, can he do it? And it's a pitch out. Will they? So they will intentionally walk Morrison.
Nope. Ball four.
Now batting,
Zimbabwe, 2 for 4.
number
Bases loaded, 2 outs. Can Zimbabwe walk it off? Caught by Noonmuller. Oh my, the blooper. Can't get over the head.
now batting, the left field,
We're headed to the 11th. Wendy Peppercorn. Up the middle. Morrison makes the stop. Not in time. Peppercorn is safely aboard, and here's Tyga 1 for 3. Home run
23.
to her name.
Nope. High. Stay right. Stay right. Foul.
Fouled away, 1-2 to Tygo. The pitch, ooh, just misses 2-2.
Ball outside.
Full count. Payoff pitch.
Take your bait.
So, the check swing.
Now batting,
Check swing queen.
number 41.
And here is Elmenreich.
Stay right. Outside. Stay.
Hard hit ball to Zaw. To second for 1. Double play. 2 outs now. 2 for 3. Sophie Noonmuller. Go ahead, run at third. They're going to pitch out. Put her on first. Runners are at the corners now.
Now batting,
Emily Prentice.
fielder, number 30.
That's outside. Stay.
Popped up. Shallow center. Leon Morrison is there. We're headed to the bottom of the 11th, and it's an 0 for 11 combined
Now batting, the left
here with the 9-1 and 2 hitters.
number 15.
Can they turn it around here in the 11th? I mean, they are combined 0 for 11. Maybe that's a sign. And that one's jammed there. 0 and 2 to Apple. Hit to Tygo for out number 1. And here's Olsen. 0 for 3 with 2 walks. That one went right through his face. 2-2. The count to Olsen, and that one's gonna get through for a base hit. First hit for Olsen today is here in the 11th. And here is Big McLarge Huge.
Number 24.
Runners going. Stolen base. Winning run in scoring position. Big McLarge Huge. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh, please do not do that anymore. Please. Oh gosh, the runner's going safe at third, 90 feet away from winning this ball game. He just needs to hit it into the outfield. This one, oh, not going to be deep enough. Oh my gosh, he hits it into the outfield, but barely. Oh my Lanta, Pete Za. 0 for 4. Base hit wins the game. Can Pete Za find one? 3-0 count. Okay, they just walked him then. Jerry Briggs, 2 for 5. Oh, goodness gracious. Can old man Briggs bring home the win? Here in the 11th, they throw. Oh gosh, they're gonna do this again. 2-1. The count to Briggs. Fouled away, 2-2. Briggs will ground it. Not gonna curve fair. Another 2-2 pitch on the way. Full count, payoff pitch. Here we go. He's walked, bases loaded. The pressure is as high as it can get for Carey Hartz. Grounder to short, and we're headed to the 12th. What is this game? What is this game?
Now batting, the second baseman. Now pitching, number 88.
Like, what?
Now batting, the center fielder, number 5.
8-8 here in the 12th. 0 for 5 is Gwyn mic drop. 0 for 5. 0 for 6.
Now batting, the catcher, number 3.
1-1, the count to Woody. 1-2, the pitch. Okay, and she strikes out. Does Woody have negative speed? Pretty much. Pretty much.
Now batting, the third baseman, number
Bottom of the 12th. Rainy Getty on the mound. Alfred Walker at the plate. Up the middle, leadoff single for Walker. We've seen this before.
Now batting, the second baseman. Now pitching, number
Oh boy.
18.
Up inside.
Strike 3. Morrison will sit down, and here's Zimbabwe.
The designated
Yeah, if the only way the Angels win if they get to the top of the order again. They need Peppercorn, Teigl, and Elmenreich. That's it. If it's not them, then this game will continue. Up the middle, that one's gonna somehow sneak through. How does that sneak through? Okay. Wow. Here is Apple. She's 0 for 5. Bad jumps at second. This is like watching a retirement home. This game is insane. This one's gonna get through for a base hit. Prentice will get it in quickly. Yeti Olson.
The center fielder, number 7.
Bases loaded, one out.
Inside.
1-1. The count. 2-1. The count to Olson. And Louisville finds a zone. And that one will do it. The Serpents will walk it off here in the 12th. Serpents keep their playoff hopes alive. Angels struck out, well, both teams struck out 7 times. 9 walks for the Serpents, 8 over there for the Angels. I'm just gonna quickly go through this and we're gonna head to game number 2 because oh my Atlanta. That was insane. What in the world, dudes? Like what? Like what? Overdrafts. At least I mean, and now we lead into the overdrafts versus the wrong fielders. Like what? Like what in the world is going on? Colonial Plaza. Stormy evening. That's how we're feeling today. Who we got on the mound? We got Dice K. And it says Lee on the mound over here. Well, catch you later, Elder. We'll see you when who knows how long. Because who knows how long these games are gonna last. Alright. Colonial Plaza. Overdrafts. New wrong field lineup in Discord. Bruh. At 5:48. Nah. That's too late. That's way too late. Yeah, no. 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 It is way too late. Not doing that. Way past lineups time. Overdrafts have to win this or else they become a minors team. The smooth the Lucky Charms up.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 30.
But that last game though. Well, Sandra Lee starts it off with a strikeout.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 35. Now batting, the right fielder, number 14.
Yeah, Serpents 1 game back of the Cyclones. 1, 2, 3, go the overdrafts, and we head to the bottom of the first. Wrong fielders will lead things off with McJenkins Jr.
Second baseman, number 7. Now batting, the designated hitter, number 18.
Trudy Fruity is going to crush this one to left. And it's a 1-0 game here in the first. Wrong fielders.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Want to debate what is a more deadly sport, kickball or football? Probably. I don't know. Wrong fielder's gonna win out. Overdraft suck confirmed. Nah, it's still the first inning. 12-0 this time. There's a strikeout of Bullock. Here's Bailey and Curtis, 12-1.
number 44.
We should just keep a running score from last time. So right now it's 13-0. Oh, I think I get. I think I know what you're hinting at. Lasers. Diving effort, but not able to make the grab. Overdraft score negative runs. Runs at first and second, 2 outs for Dartboard. That's out number 3. We head to the second. Sardi, Brotani, and Ramos.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 17.
Your black eye and a possible concussion. Oof. Everett Sardi. What a veteran.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 24.
Yeah, you have to get Lee's pitch count up for sure. I mean, 17. They're 1 2/3 right now. I mean, they're not the extend these at bats. This is so far it's a 3-1 count and a walk.
Now batting, the third baseman,
Winkler is supposed to be DH in this one.
now batting,
Let's see here. Let me check this out. I see. Do you want me to start it over because you caught it before the 5th? Do you want me to start it over or not? Because you did submit it early this morning. Your call. You say it doesn't really make a difference, but I'm going to let you make the call. Because by rule, you did submit it this morning. Your call. It's part of the rules. I mean, it's literally in the rule book. I'm not a scumbag for it. It's not a scumbag if it's in the rules, homie. If it's caught before the end of the 5th, then it's a restart. It's just part of the rules. Alright, cool. We shall do that real quick. Shouldn't be too much of a hassle. Just going in here. So we have Libby Sickley, KDC, Mookie Astaire, Sardi, Winkler should be there. Ramos, League, Amaya, Wahlberger, and Dice K. Oops. Back to Sandra Lee. Easy peasy. And that's the way we do it. That's why we have that rule. So I'll just do a little bit of clicky clicky to skip past some of this stuff. Just to speed up a little bit. Try to get back to where we were in terms of the innings. Full count here to Mookie Astaire, and he'll strike out swinging. So nothing new there. We'll see what happens with Trudy Fruity. It was just a 1-0 game as well, so it's not like it was you were smashing the team 10-0. Or the wrong fielders were smashing you guys 10-0. Grim Bullock struck out in the previous one. See what he can do here with a runner at first. Oh my. So the advantage, it's now a 2-0 game instead of a 1-0 here in the first. There you go. Bailey and Curtis. The Dice K is already tense. Popped up behind home plate. Lots of room back there. Wahlberger will make the catch for out number 2. And Chris Cloverfield, who... I can't even remember where this guy came from. I'm almost certain he was like... he was on one of the season 4 original teams or something. I don't even remember where he started. I think expansion in season 4 he's on someone's team there. I think he ended up with overdrafts at some point. I don't even remember like where he started out. Was he a lumberjack? Or was he one of the 2 teams that didn't qualify? I don't even know. No, Chris Cloverfield. Like where he originated from. Like I know where he has been in the past few I know he at least was on the overdrafts, but I don't recall where he started from. There's Carl Evan Scott.
That's high.
3-0 as we head to the second. Everett Sardee. Oh yeah, I mean 3-0, similar. Dan Winkler will find himself headed back to the dugout, and here's Carlos Ramos.
Number 22.
Steer right. Nope.
99 miles an hour by Sandra Lee. This one's over the head of, I think, Grim Bullock there at first, and this will be extra bases. The throw from Wayne. Wow, what a cannon. But not in time. Bush League.
Baseman. Number
Bush League, I want to say season 3 is when this guy got his, Bush League. Season 3 was one of the better players. I think he was actually an all-star. I can't remember exactly. I had to look it up, but poor guy.
now batting, the catcher. Number
Had lots of momentum, and then just kind of got benched.
now batting, the second baseman. Number 7. Now batting, the designated hitter. Number 18.
Oh, inside. Outside. Follow.
That one is hit deep to center field and out of here.
Now batting, the first baseman. Number 10.
Nope. High. Foul. Steer right. They're out.
Strikeout. 5-0.
That's low. Steer right. Fair ball.
No cap, this is the most unsafe lead in the history of the SSBL. Gotta love when Mubat comes in.
The left fielder. Number 6.
I'm telling you, I don't know where Chris Cloverfield came from.
Now batting, the first baseman. Number 45.
Yo, Girl Cheat is baller.
Outside. Steer right.
Now batting, the catcher. Number 44.
Ball inside. Head up. Steer. Follow. Steer.
Now batting, the center fielder. Number 30.
3 strikeouts for Lee now.
Steer. Steer right. Steer right.
Another one, 102 miles an hour.
Now
Lee is smoking.
baseman. Number 7.
Ball inside. Fair ball. Out. Follow.
2-1 here to Wayne. 3-1. 3-2. The pitch from K popped up. That'll be it. Into the seats.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 49.
Steve. Foul. You're out.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 35.
No, inside. You're out.
Now batting, the right fielder, number 14. Now batting, the left fielder, number 17.
Steve right. Steve.
Yeah, wrong fielders are now up 16-0 on the overdrafts.
Low. See ya.
Now batting, the catcher, number 19.
Ball inside. Ball inside. Steve. Ball high. Steve right. Take your base.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 7.
Steve. Out.
Locked in here is Trudy Fruity, a home run and a single. So she does keep the stat after this swap.
Inside.
No wrong. Oh, goodness. Libby Sickley, the former wrong fielder. The OG wrong fielder. There's Grim Bullock, 2-run shot, his very first time up.
Steve.
2-1 is the count. Okay, Dice K.
Now batting, the shortstop. Now pitching,
Max Wells is out. And here's Mason Nuts.
Steve right. Steve. You go.
now batting, the left fielder, number 6.
Foul.
2-2. I mean 0-2 count with 2 outs, and Cloverfield strikes out, and we head to the 5th. Daniel Winkler.
That's up. Steve.
Unwelcome deletes. What is this league about? This is an AI versus AI league for Super Mega Baseball 3. Managers trade players, sign players in free agency, draft players, set lineups, do all that fun stuff, and let the RNGesus take the wheel in a 14-game regular season. which we are on the back end of this season.
The shortstop, number 22.
Outside. Nobody.
Yeah, you can check standings there on our schedule doc,
Now batting, the third baseman.
which we are at week number 8, and we will conclude things in 2 weeks for the regular season portion in week 10.
Steve. Steve right. You're gone.
Another strikeout for Lee.
Number 45.
Yes, you can create your own player, which I will speak about here in just a bit.
Inside. Off the plate.
Yeah, most of the players are created by managers, viewers, or people involved in the league in some way. So yes, yes. So there will be an announcement later on in the stream. This one's hit well but foul. Later on in the stream will be an announcement in regards to next season's players. Then this one is hit well, and this ball is carrying, and the Overdrafts get their first runs in a week. Two weeks. First run since
The catcher.
Super Saturday of week 6. The one run against the Moonshots. And this ball is hit to right. Home run city here for the Overdrafts.
Now batting, the center fielder, number.
Here's Libby Sickly. Libby Sickly.
Ball low. Ball high. You're out.
We head to the 5th, 5-3 the score.
That's up. Oh, it's. Nope. High. Stay right. Nope. Ball four.
And a walk. Brings up Wood and Wayne.
Ball outside. Outside. You're out.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 49. Now batting, the catcher, number 19.
Ball high.
This one's hit to left. Caught by Sardi for out number 3. We head to the 6th.
Now batting,
And KDC will lead it off. 0 for 2 is KDC.
Stay right.
And bloop to right. Bomber special caught by Bullock.
now batting, the right fielder, number 14.
Stay right.
0-2 count to Stare. And another strikeout. The 7th strikeout for Sandra Lee.
Now batting, the 17.
Here's Everett Sardee.
Foul. Head up. Strike. Ball low. Nope. Nope, ball forward.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 0. Now batting, the second baseman, number 7.
Steve. Steve.
0-2, the count here to Mick Jenkins Jr. popped up.
Out.
Now
And here's Trudy Fruity. 3 for 3 is Trudy Fruity.
hitter, number 18.
Here's Grim Bullock.
Inside. Steve. That's low.
We head to the 7th. Carlos Ramos will lead it off. Sandra Lee. Wow. They don't even show her strikeout stats over there. They just show the other stuff. Come on.
Now batting, the third baseman,
She's got like 7 Ks.
47.
That one's just under the glove of Dartboard.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 45.
Steve. Ball high. Ball low. Steve.
That one's a tough dive. 2-2. I mean, not 2-2. 2 runners aboard.
Batting, the catcher,
In a 2-run ball game for Joseph Wahlberger.
Steve, right. That's up. Steve, right.
And he strikes out. Starts spreading the Nunez. Shaz Leathers today. I want to Beatrice Tanner part of it. Plum North. Plum North. That was literally like the best stream
Take your man.
ever. The games were great.
the second baseman,
So many memes were created in such a short time. Hard hit ball to Bullock. Steps on the bag. No runners will come in. And we head to the bottom of the 7th. 5-3 still the score. Oh gosh. Wahlberger at second. Brotani in center. Basher now at catcher. For the overdrafts. Mason Nutt still on the mound. Locked in as well as Mason Nuts. And it's a 3-1 count to Bailey and Curtis. And she'll draw the walk. So Nuts can't find the zone. Here's Chris Cloverfield. Check swings in there for a strike. He's already struck out once. And he'll ground this one to Wahlberger. Big Wahlberger with the dive.
now batting, the third baseman,
Andrea Dartboard.
7.
1 for 2. Runner at second, 1 out. The 2-run lead here in the 7th.
Ball high.
2-1 to Dartboard. 3-1. Nuts cannot find the zone. And that's the 3rd walk by Nuts. He's still locked in somehow. Runners at first and second. 1-2 count here to Woden Wayne. 2 for 3 is Wayne and check swing. 2-2. Popped up to center field. Runner will tag at second and make his way to third, or her way to third, excuse me. Here's Carl F. and Scott.
Number 49.
0-2. Popped up in foul territory, caught by Maya for out number 3. We head to the 8th. 5-3 wrong fielders. Wrong fielders are like the Bad News Bears. Pretty much. Lee is at her at 108 pitches. More than likely, Astaire will be her last batter. It's a full count. Astaire struggling today, 0 for 3. 112 pitches. And 113 is sent to center field and caught by Scott. Here comes the bullpen.
The left fielder. Now pitching.
Venus Shipley.
54.
Oh gosh.
Now inside. Oh,
113 pitches.
ball four, take the base.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 0.
Steve. Ball low.
2-1 to Winkler.
Steve. That's high.
3-2 count. Winkler gets this one through for a base hit. Actually surprising the AI has been that smart. Yeah, that is true. AI typically making some very idiotic decisions. 2 for 3 here is Carlos Ramos. Runner at first and second, 1 out here in the top of the 8th. Overdrafts trailing by 2, and now we got the bases loaded. Here is the power of the wrong fielder's bullpen, and here's Bush League.
47.
That one is hit just past the glove of the diving second baseman, and it's a 5-4 game.
The first baseman.
We're already to Rustin Hopper. Oh god. Oh, this pitching staff. Here come the overdrafts. 5-5.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 44.
Yeah, there'll actually be a rule in regards to stats better than Ryzen's and stuff like that. And oh my gosh, they got the double play. I thought that was about to be the go-ahead run.
Now batting, the catcher, number 19.
Diving catch by Ramos.
Now batting.
And here is Taco Burns. An A- sitting on the bench in Taco Burns.
Steve.
And well, I guess that's why he's on the bench. Strikeout.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 18.
Nope.
1-1 the count here to Trudy Fruity. And she continues to perform.
Now batting,
Are you doing any input, or are we just watching a game? So this is the SSBL. It's an AI versus AI league here for Super Mega Baseball 3. We have multiple people who cast Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday typically. Sometimes it's been Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, depending on our schedules in the IRLs. But these are all managed by real people. Players are submitted by managers, viewers, or anyone who's involved in the league. And we just let RNGesus take the wheel every single week for 14 games. Ninth inning action here, tied at 5. We had a 12-inning game in game number 1. What will we have here in game number 2?
The catcher, number 15.
Think it's all real people. The manager, I mean, managers are all real people in terms of somebody is on the other line of Discord. So, yes. Rustin Hopper, we trust. Outside pitch, Mookie Astaire is up. He's 10th. He's 0 for 4. So, can't have too much trust in Astaire right now. But it is Rustin Hopper. 2-1 count. 2-2 count. Will Astaire strike out to Hopper? That's the question. Full count now. 3-2 pitch is coming. And he hits this one to left. This one's going to get down for base hit. Chris Cloverfield cannot field it.
Now batting, the left fielder.
Well, someone could have made that robot, so somehow there is a person living vicariously through that robot. Everett Sardine walked twice today. Go ahead run is at third. And, well, he'll walk for a third time with an intentional walk. Yeah, he needed a dive there for sure. Daniel Winkler, bases loaded, 1 out here in the 9th for Winkler. Ground ball. Oh, gosh. I was about to say ground ball is an easy double play, but there's a go-ahead run.
Number 22.
And this one's going to get just foul. It won't get down for a base hit. Carlos Ramos grounds this one to short. And they turn 2. 6-5 overdraft as we head to the bottom of the 9th. And here's Chris Cloverfield. Should have dove. Mason Nuts is somehow still locked in. Oh, and there's the beanball on the other side. Oh my goodness.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 7. Now batting, the right fielder, number 11.
Wooden Wayne. Let's just spam P in the chat for the homie who joined the Discord and left after saying P. So just spam it. I want the entire chat just to be P. It's weird to say that, but you know what I mean. The letter P.
Center fielder. Now pitching, number 56.
Jorge Tostada comes in. 2 outs. And they're doing a check on the runner at first. Winning run is at the plate, and Carl Effin Scott. Runner is going. Safe. Tying run in scoring position now. Carl Effin Scott hits this one to left, and that will do it. Everett Sardine makes the catch. Overdrafts get the victory. 6-5 the final. Lots of hits. 24 total hits combined. 8 strikeouts for the overdrafts. Astaire struck out twice. Wahlberger struck out twice. Only 4 on the side of the wrong fielders. Dice K got destroyed, literally, physically as well. 11 hits given up by Dice K. Sandra Lee struck out 8, walked 2. 2 home runs though. Hopper gets the loss. What a game indeed. We're gonna head into the third game real quick. And I don't know if anything has changed. I will check the chats before I hop into these games. Motor Yard Night. Let's see. Mason Nuts is somehow elite. Let me just double check these team chats. Don't think anything has changed for the Walkers. Retrievers there was a change 3 days ago. Let's see if that was made. I want to say it was. Richie, Bravo, Tater, No Brim, Sorley, Sessions, Morgan, Jetme, Claudette, Carp, Max Wiggins, Puck. Okay, and then we have on the mound Eccles and Toe Jam. So Eccles and Toe Jam. So here's a big one here in the heroic. And more so, not because of retrievers. Retrievers technically still could make it in, but more so because the Walkers sit at 4-4. They need a big victory here.
The center fielder, number 5.
Here's the thing with that draft. The draft for the new teams is going to be a bit different. Number one, it's going to be offline, so there's no outside distractions. So it'll be in a special chat between whoever the managers are of that team, or of those teams, excuse me. And it will quite literally be only 84 players, with 32 pitchers and the remainder being position players. Basically taking default teams and nerfing their stats is essentially what I'm doing. So it's the draft of the actual teams itself, but all nerfed players. So nothing like previous expansions. Yeah, not drafting from any existing SSBL teams. There'll all be brand new players on these teams, all nerfed to be a certain range. So there's that. Before game number 4, or actually after game number 4, so once the stream is over, what we will talk about briefly is are the divisions heading into season 8, as we will have an additional division per conference. So those will be announced. It'll be put in the chat at some point, or in the Discord at some point. It is 4 teams per division. That is correct. And oh my Lanta, that ball is crushed. That ball is out of here. .444 feet.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 16.
Yeah, 14s per division. Divisions are already decided. And just to let you let you guys know, there's no one that's swapping conferences. We're not doing any of that type of realignment. All the conferences will stay the same. We're just going to move some teams around in terms of the division portion. And some may think, well, the Epic is more, is a better conference, a more competitive conference than the Heroic. Well, not really. I mean, and it's also a small sample size, 14 now going into next year. I think it's gonna be 15 or 16. I can't remember what we decided. But the Heroic is a very, how the current teams are in each of these conferences, they need to stay that way. So no need for the Skulls or something to head to Heroic, or Walkers heading to Epic, none of that stuff. So everyone will stay in the conference, divisions will just be different. And diving effort. That one's up the middle, base hit. Yeah, and that's the thing, is it's also going to flip-flop. In terms of, like, because now the teams that are trying to win now with aging, it's going to kind of have them needing to rebuild, and the opposite not. You know what I mean? The opposite's going to be on the winning side.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 34. Now batting, the third baseman, number 4.
All right. If we can get a spam of the letter P in the chat, I'll go ahead and do the Heroic divisions while we're in this game. I know it's bases loaded here for the Walkers, but we can just get more. I know 5 sec. I know that there's a lot of you've already inserted 3, but let's maybe see. Let me see if there's more people than just you and Donut Boy. So we got another one. Let's see what we got. Okay, more P's. Okay, Zach Sass wants the new divisions, and they're gonna walk in a run and tie the game. All right, so we'll start with, and I don't have the names yet for the new divisions, by the way. So far, no names for the new divisions, but Heroic Icons will stay with the Moonshots, will stay in that division, and they will be in that division alongside the Retrievers, Overdrafts, and one of the new teams. New team to be decided, not sure who, but one of the new teams. Heroic Legends is probably my favorite one, because while it's the absolute chaos that is Knights, Vikings, Lumberjacks, along with the new team. And then the third conference, to be named at a later date, is Dragons, Walkers, Wrongfielders, and Gauchos. And I think heading heading forward, that will eventually be a very fun division to watch.
Off the plate. Follow.
So basically, the Moonshots are one of the icons for the for all of eternity. Another walk brings in another run.
The shortstop now pitching, number 20.
That is correct. That is correct.
Nope. Ball high. Ball high.
It's gonna be fun, that's for sure.
Take the base.
Now batting,
This is getting ugly really quick.
number 13.
Oh, outside. No, inside.
Oh my gosh. Oh, this got ugly really quick. Grand slam for George Pierre. And it's now 8-1.
Right.
So something else I want to, since this game is like has, oh god. All right, because of that, we'll continue to chat, opposed to actually watch. Yes, new divisions start next season, season 8. Which I'm also so here's the thing. Of course there's aging and all that, and you know, it's a big factor in terms of how teams end up doing, and it's random and all that kind of crap. And obviously in this past season or two, there have been, let's say, some trades of older players that don't make any sense, and those will go away because I will put in a rule, which will be completely fleshed out and all that stuff, but basically where once you reach a certain amount of experience, that player cannot be traded unless it's traded to a team that it was previously on for X amount of, I think, 2 seasons. Because if you think about it, Kip Shaw right now, Kip Shaw won't be able to retire until after season 8 because of the retirement rule. He had to be on a team for 3 seasons and be in the league for 6. So Kip Shaw can't retire unless he got traded to the Skulls, which he didn't. So having a rule where you cannot trade your older players unless it's to a team they were previously on and they can retire, that stuff will go away. So trading old players will having old players, you can use them if they're worth it, but they will basically fall off the face of the earth. There's no more trading season 1 veterans for nothing, like for future stars for no reason.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 69.
Steve.
If that makes any sense.
Steve.
The Serpent's Claws. That, and something else that's going to go into effect is starting next season when trades open back up, is instead of confirming each trade, like the trades will actually be looked at prior to any type of confirmation. There was one that was Stinger ruled at the beginning of the season that I don't know if anyone noticed or knew about. It had to do with the Bombers and the wrong fielders.
Steve right. Steve right. Ball inside. Steve.
Now batting, the catcher, number
Inside. Steve.
it was basically like I think a couple of season 1 pitchers or something like that for a season 7 free agent or something like that. Free agent pitchers for pitchers, but it just made no sense at all. So the days of those types of trades are over. But we want to make sure that, you know, again, we have certain rules in place for reasons. And I think we won't even have to utilize a Stinger rule going forward if we don't have these crazy trades of old players being traded, because they won't even be allowed to be traded unless it's a previous team, as I mentioned. What are we talking about? So number one, we talked about the divisions. You are in a division with the Moonshots, Overdrafts, and one of the new team to be determined. And then we talked about a rule that I'm going to implement where you can't trade it's like a veteran protection rule basically, because you can't trade veterans over X amount of experience or X amount of seasons in the league. There's another beanball. We've seen a lot of beanballs in today's stream, but where you can't trade, I think for next season it basically be like season 3 or 4. I can't remember which one. I think you can't trade season 3 players unless they are with you're trading them to a former team kind of deal. Because then, if you're trading a season 1 to a team that they've never been on, then they're gonna have to sit for 3 seasons, until they get absolutely nerfed, and which brings up another rule is the auto retirement rule, or more so elected retirement rule. If you have a player that's less than a overall of a Ryzen, then they can automatically be retired. Because no player, whether it's in the minors or whatever, shouldn't be. If they're less than a Ryzen, they shouldn't be on the team. Is this the longest inning ever? It feels like it. Well, let me go and fill you in, Puppet. If you look at this, it's 9-1 on only 4 hits. I'm pretty sure 3 or 4 of the runs were walked in, and then a grand slam was hit by George Pierre. So just an FYI.
The second baseman, number 2.
Steve. Ball low. Ball low. Inside. Steve right.
Yeah, I wanted to keep lots of rivals together with that. Obviously Dragons, Walkers, Knights, Vikings, Lumberjacks, so all three of those are basically like
Ball outside.
rivals in itself. There's also, I mean, Wrongfielders, Walkers, Dragons, and Wrongfielders are all season 1 like OGs, so keeping them in one division was something that I wanted to do.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 1.
You're out.
Now batting, the catcher, number 58.
That's up.
Let's see.
No, inside. Steve right.
Who wants to see the epic conference divisions?
Steve.
Now batting, the left fielder,
Donut Boy does.
78.
Steve. Out.
All right.
Now
So, Epic Phenoms is actually probably the group of absolute death going forward. So you got the High Rollers, Bombers, Serpents, and a new team. Epic Novas basically stays 4 of the current 5. Skulls, Ball Players, Cyclones, and Stingers.
Inside.
And then the Epic number 3, which again named TBD, is Wildcats, Unicorns, Angels, and a new team. The Novas is actually going to be a very interesting conference just because of where all the teams are at. Ball players just got extremely young. They're not great, but extremely young. Pulled hammy for French Tater.
Now batting,
Yeah, Angels are in a rough spot.
47.
Yeah, it would. It really would be. I mean, there's not any combination in the. You could put them with the new teams, and it still would be Rip Angels. We could literally put all the new, like 3 of the new teams in the Epic and with the Angels, and it'd still be a bad time for them.
Number 13.
Steve. Ball outside. You're out.
No, I definitely agree.
Batting, the first baseman,
They should have traded that number 3 for more. And I feel like they could have done that. Phenoms is going to be an absolute blast to watch.
the shortstop, number 12.
And it's going to follow a very similar in terms of qualification for playoffs pattern than the NFL does, except for not 7 teams. I think is what they changed it to. It's still 6 teams. Previous NFL.
Now batting, the catcher, number 38.
Ball inside. Three. Foul. See.
You just can't wait to ruin the Bombers' undefeated season the next game. We'll see. I'm trying to actually, I don't know if you've noticed, I've been trying to click through as soon as like an out gets recorded, just kind of quickly go through. It's a 9-1. This game's a sleeper now, ever since the Grand Slam.
Ball high. See. Ball inside. Take your base.
Now pitching, number 57.
Do we have people for the new teams yet? We have, I want to say there's at least 2 of the 4.
Ball inside.
If I'm not mistaken. We have two of the 4. I mean, the thing is, it's first come, first serve for the new guys. You're back. What did you miss? I think that's a pretty solid deal. Honestly. New divisions.
Batting, the center fielder, number 1.
You're out.
Now batting, the second.
You have the Wildcats, Angels, and one of the new teams in your division, Elder. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure where those new teams are going to lie.
Now batting, the designated hitter, number 29.
Steve. Nope. High. Foul. D-right.
Express and Mythic will be in the
Center fielder, number 5.
opposite conference. So that's one thing. I just don't know where. Liberty and what the heck is the other one? I can't even remember. It's been so long. There's been so much going on. Oh yeah, the Metros are just the Express farm team. Mythics, Liberty. Oh yeah, Sparrows. So Liberty and Sparrows will be in separate conferences as well. I just don't know if I want to group Liberty with Mythics or Liberty with Express.
That's low. Out. That's outside. See. Ball high.
Yeah, it will be interesting with 6 divisions. And we shall see how that ends up turning out. Bless you.
Take your base.
Another walk. Wonder how many walks we've actually had this game. By, like, as the walkers being the one drawing them. So this is a big win for the walkers, as they'll be moving into the, looks like the number,
Now batting, the
where would they be moving?
number 23.
They moved to the number 5 spot, or would it be, or would it be 4? No, so so wait, so 3 division winners and 3 wild cards make the playoffs for, essentially, yes. It's similar, so the top 2 seeds from the division winners will be just like how it is now, where they get the first round bye, and the number 3, whoever is out of the division winners is the number 3, like the third best, will be the number 3 seed. And how it is now, 3 other teams will be wild cards. So if you're a division winner, you're guaranteed home field advantage. That's basically it. Similar to NFL. 9 walks. Wow. 3 from Chernley. Only, oh, they counted all those earned? Were they all earned? Really? Interesting. All right. Time to get into the final game. Which, let me pull up this now. We have the High Rollers at the Bombers. Which I don't think there are any changes. Just double check real quick. And Donut Boy, you can say if there's any changes since your last. Sass at catcher is what it says here. So let's Emerald. No changes from last game, so does this look right to you? And it is Floston. It's Floston and Cassiopeia. Okay, cool. And then you said Sass is back at catcher, so it's already back at catcher. So we were good there. And he's the one who sent this this thing, so we should be good. He sent the team pack, so not my problem. All right. So High Rollers versus Bombers here in the final game of the night. Piston Omen will lead it off. Cassiopeia is on the mound.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Here's Wally Woolley. And he's going to line this one to center. It's going to be caught by Kent Iffy Jr.
Now batting,
and Max Range.
number 89.
Broken bat, Billy O'Connell.
Now batting.
1, 2, 3 go the high rollers. We head to the bottom of the first. Riflemen will lead it off, facing Austin Foston.
Outside.
3-1 to Riflemen.
Take your base.
And a walk. Here's Graham Britton. Foston finds the zone.
Pitch outside.
Popped up, foul territory. Colton King makes the catch, and then Tyler Bonetti.
Fielder number 4.
Oh, Rifleman gets caught. All right, guys. Here's a question for you. Are you guys gonna know Vic Turnpike as a high roller or as a moonshot? Let me know in the chat. Base hit here for the high rollers.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 46.
Grounder to second, flips to short. Ferris Irons will turn the double play, and here is the guy that we were speaking of, Vic Turnpike. Yeah, I'm not. My thing is, so he's a season 2 guy. So season 2, he was with the Moonshots for seasons 2, 3, and 4.
The designated hitter.
Can't remember when you traded for him, Donut. Broken bat here. Double play.
Now batting,
And here's Albert Pujols.
number 50.
But I almost want to say I'm gonna always he's always a moonshot, but I'm gonna refer to him more as a high roller.
The catcher, number
Like even if the seasons with the moonshots end up outweighing the other, I still Vic Turnpike high roller. It just I don't know, there's something about it. I think he just looks better in the black, red, and yellow than he does the
number 1.
blue and white. Yeah, his glasses do match the unis. We got ourselves a game here as we head to the bottom of the third, tied at 0.
Number 42.
All right, what was the score of the last one? 9-1. Get that one situated here for anyone who is just tuning in. They know that the Retrievers got smacked. Hard hit ball to third. Colton King makes a play for out number 1 here in the bottom of the third. Alyssa Sass making her return. Yeah, don't smack dogs. Yeah, don't do that. Is Zach still here? Does not look like it.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 2.
And this one's gonna be popped up behind home plate. It's gonna be out number 3. We head to the 4th. Piston Omen, Wally Wooly. Good things going here for the high rollers. Cassiopeia. Strike 3 called, and Piston Omen in that cycle. Not looking likely today. Wally Wooly. Diving is Cassiopeia. Makes the play. 2 away.
Now batting, the first baseman, number 89.
Moonshots don't make many trades either, so I wonder how Turnpike felt getting shipped out. Yeah, I mean, thinking of like the actual trades that they have made, in terms of I guess larger trades, you have Donnie Driver. That trade was somewhat big, and another strikeout for Cassiopeia. Donnie Driver was traded to the Vikings. You have Titus Saxton, originally traded to the wrong fielders and then traded, like, I think he's now at the ball players still. I don't know where he's at actually. Titus Saxton was traded after having quite the season in terms of home runs. I think he was a home run leader. And then Vic Turnpike on the bench for the ball players. That's what I thought. I just couldn't remember if he was still there.
Now batting, the left fielder, number 4.
Pitch outside. Strike. Foul.
So like if you think about it in terms of that, there's really 3 pitchers, or I mean 3 trades.
Now batting, the designated hitter,
Yeah, 3 trades
number 4.
that are really like major. Another strikeout for Cassiopeia. Becky Foe sits down. Colton King.
Baseman, number 46.
3 Ks for Cassiopeia. Another strikeout. Back-to-back Ks.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 20.
And here's Vic Turnpike. And he'll find himself a base hit here in the 5th. Break up the little strikeout streak
Now batting,
of Cassiopeia. Here's Carlita Beltran.
6.
And she smacks that one, but foul down the left field line. So it's a 1-1 count to Beltran. And fouled away, 1-2. Cassiopeia ahead in the count. The pitch. Strike 3, another strikeout. 3 strikeouts here in the 5th for Cassiopeia. We head to the bottom half. Billy O'Connell. 36 pitches here for Austin Floston. Just through 4 innings. A nice pitch count here for Floston. Billy O'Connell is battling here. And he strikes out looking.
Now batting,
Start the lawnmower. Lexi Luther is up here with 1 away. 2-1 here to Lexi Luther. And diving stop by Turnpike. The throw in time. What a play by the veteran Turnpike.
third baseman, number 55.
Here's Albert Pujols. 2-2. That's up the middle. Oh, Wally Wooly almost had it. And that's a base hit for the Bombers here with 2 away. Here's Kent Iffy Jr.
Center fielder, number 42.
That's out number 3. We head to the sixth inning, and we are still tied at 0. Looks like we got ourselves an instant classic. Cassiopeia on the mound for the Bombers, and first pitch swinging is G-Baby. He'll pop it up to Sass. Here's Alex Longstop. Another one to Sass. 2 away. And 0 for 2 is Piston Omen. And 0 for 3 now is Piston Omen. A quick 1, 2, 3, top of the 6th. We head to the bottom half. Sass will lead it off. She's 0 for 1 today.
Now batting, the shortstop, number 2.
And Vic Turnpike once again, but the speed.
Now batting, the
Not able to make the play there. Nice stop though by Turnpike. Runner at first, 1 out here. The bottom of the 6th. Hamish Rifleman. And a broken bat. Colton King will go to first, so runner is in scoring position now for the Bombers. And here's Graham Britton, still locked in as Austin Floston. 60 pitches now. 2-2-1 the count. Can't find the zone. 3-1 to Graham Britton, and a walk. Ooh, where was that one? That brings up Tyler Benetti. Pressure is all the way up. He's still locked in. Runners at first and second. 2 outs here in the 6th. And he can't find the zone. Can't find the zone. And there it is. Strike 1. And that one misses. 3-1 the count to Benetti. And another walk. Back-to-back walks. Floston is struggling. And it's Billy O'Connell. Can Floston get out of this? It's a 2-1 count. O'Connell's ahead. Even at 2. 2-2 pitch. Popped up behind home plate. Austin Floston gets out of the jam, and we head to the 7th.
Now batting, the second baseman, number 3.
Wow. That was definitely scary. Bases loaded and a pop-up behind home plate. And another strikeout by Cassiopeia. She's on fire. Have we had anyone on fire in SMB 3? I know we had it in 2 like a handful of times, but have we had it in SMB 3? Oh gosh, this one's hit to left. This ball will carry off the wall. Can't remember if we had, like, can't remember how many times there's actually been an on fire
Number 4.
in SMB 3.
Now batting, the third baseman,
Jack, just a hard one, even if it exists in 3. Yeah, I've never seen jacked in the SSBL, and that ball is cranked to left center field. The High Rollers take a 2-0 lead here in the 7th. Colton King.
now batting, the shortstop, number 20.
Here's Vic Turnpike, 2 outs, and that was a 2-out bomb. Grounder to second. Britton is there. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Bombers have some work to do as they trail now by 2. Lexi Luther will lead it off. Hard hit ball to short. Turnpike makes the play. Yeah, from on fire to neutral, very, very fast. Very fast.
Number 55.
Here's Albert Pujols, 1 for 2. Only 3 hits here for the Bombers. Floston has pitched quite well. He's still locked in. Kent Iffy Jr. up with 2 outs. And that one's in the dirt, so it's a 3-0 count to Iffy Jr., and he will walk. Mojo looks like it will stay at locked in. So 4 walks for Floston. And here's Alyssa Sass. 2-1. Popped up, shallow right. Wally Woolley is there. And we head to the 8th. 2-0 High Rollers. Yeah, Floston's a good one. Oh, Cassiopeia can't field the comebacker. Runner at first, nobody out for G Baby. One, two. And another strikeout for Cassiopeia. 7 Ks for Cass, and this one will be popped up behind home plate. Sass is there. Oh, never mind. That one, where was she at? Looked like she was going to end up catching that one. Any idea what the new drafts will look like? Quite nerfed. I mean, nothing. It's still not set in stone, but I know that there were talks prior to the season and everyone getting all busy of what we were looking to do. But I'm pretty sure there's going to be a cap. Like a major cap on overall. Because I think we're also, and there's a strikeout of Omen. I think we're also not going to consider for pitchers power and contact, because we're not, this league will never go back to pitcher hitters. Here's Tipsy Reynolds. This is not good for the Bombers. So we'll go down to zeros across for power and contact for pitchers. So there will actually be a standard max. So if it's, let's say, 225 as a max, I'm just spitballing. If that was the max, then that's it's 225 for pitchers and for position players. Three 3-1 the count here to Graham Britton. Up the middle, base hit. Tying run now coming to the plate.
Now batting, the left fielder, number
Tyler Bonetti. And he hits this one to left center field. Tracking back and caught by Longstop, who has no freaking speed. We head to the 9th. High Rollers up 2-0.
now batting, the second baseman, number 3.
That was a spitball number. It was just more so that pitchers will no longer have, they'll no longer have power or contact incorporated into their overall stat. And everyone will kind of be around the same in terms of max. Like there will be a max, and it will be the same max for pitchers that it is for position players. Because speed for pitchers, it's speed does matter, fielding matters, and then obviously the pitching. And then for the batters, it's everything else. It'll make things a lot easier overall. So it's like, oh, you have a 400 player, but it's, you know, it's a pitcher, but they have like, and they're not really good, but their batting stats are 90 and 30 or something. Yes, there's a max range. Yeah, so batters will have obviously power, contact, speed, field, and arm, and then pitchers will have speed, field, velocity, junk, and accuracy. So 5 stats across the board for both. So it might be a lot easier to keep even, I guess you could say. And we're gonna head to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Bombers trail by 2 here in game number 4.
Now batting, the first baseman, number
Can they hold? Billy O'Connell leads it off. 1-1 the count. 1-2. Billy O'Connell pops it up to left field.
now batting, the designated hitter, number 20.
Now it's 2 away.
Now batting, the third baseman, number 55.
Ground ball to short. Vic Turnpike will hold, and the High Rollers give the Bombers the first loss of the season. Bombers will not make it to 10-0. 9-1 will be the Bombers. They get shut out at home with a 2-0 loss. Irons, O'Connell, Pujols, and Britton the only. Yeah, sorry, Whitney. Good game though, really good game. Cassiopeia 8 1/3, 8 Ks. Just that one home run. Flossed in 7 innings, 2 strikeouts, 4 walks. Final score 2-0. There are your players of the game. So that will do it for me. It was nice to hang out with you all after it's been a while. Thanks for tuning in. Good games tomorrow. Let's see what we have real quick before we hop off. Tomorrow, Bombers and Wildcats will start things off. Stingers, Skulls, Lumberjacks, and Walkers, and Overdrafts and Gauchos. That last game will be actually pretty crucial. So I can't wait for that one. So thanks as always, guys, for tuning in. It's been a pleasure. We'll see you guys later.